Hi everyone, welcome back to Spicy Nursing. A lot of videos are being pushed out today. They were already done, but I was unable to record them yesterday because I was doing stuff for like my real life job. So just bear with me, you'll see a lot of videos today. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. This is that primary and secondary sex characteristics video. Still has to do with growth and development, but this is that 5 slide fix that I promised on just this. So let's get into it. So technically the biggest difference between, it's going to sound really weird, but the biggest difference between primary and secondary sex characteristics is how the body prepares for reproduction versus how the body looks when it's preparing. I know that sounds very strange, but we're going to get into it. So primary sex characteristics, it's all of the structures that are directly involved in reproduction, right? They're present when you're born and they are going to mature during puberty. So it's your ovaries, the uterus, the vagina, testes, penis, and the scrotum. So primary, if you remember, primary are the parts that do the job. That will help. All right, secondary sex characteristics. They're all the visible physical changes that are happening during puberty, but they're not directly involved in reproduction. Again, I know it is a little bit confusing, but it's your breast development, voice deepening, you start to develop body hair, your hips may widen, and then increase in muscle mass, and then they'll have the growth spurts. So the secondary is the fact that it's signaling that puberty has started to basically happen. Um, there's different timings, obviously, between males and females. Breast budding is the first sign for females. Then they're going to get pubic hair, and then they'll get their period about 2 years after development of breasts. All right, and then in males, they'll get testicular enlargement as the first sign. Then they'll get their pubic hair, and then their voice will start changing, and then they'll get growth spurts. But that happens a little bit later in puberty. Just remember that puberty is kind of a quiet start, and then it starts to get loud, as in like your voice changes. You'll see growth. They're getting bigger. That's kind of how I like to think about it. All right, and then our nursing teaching. All right. For us as nurses, it's important that we normalize the normal. Puberty is normal. It's weird. It's weird for everyone, and we're all awkward and weird during puberty. It's important to normalize that though. So we have to make sure that we teach them, again, completely normal. And everybody is going to end up developing at a little bit of a different time, okay? Not everybody goes through puberty exactly at 14 or 13 or whatever age. It depends on the person. But if it's extremely early or extremely late, then we need some evaluation to be happening. We're going to go over that more when we get into like the reproductive system of like when's the proper time um for evaluation, like if it's abnormal, like proper time for abnormal, secondary and primary, well, secondary sex characteristics. Um but we're also going to make sure that again, we're normalizing the normal. This is normal. We're going to teach them the big words, the anatomical words, so that they know this is just the thing. Um, and also we're gonna encourage open communication about puberty. You know, that you don't want them to feel like it's a bad thing to talk about it. It's okay to talk about the changes that they're feeling. Like don't there's such a stigma about like we don't talk about it. They need to know because it helps them feel like they're less alone because it's again, it's weird, it's awkward. So that open and free communication really, really helps with that. All right, that is our 5 slide fix on this. I forgot my sources. Same sources as I always use, the ATIs and then Canva. But make sure that you guys look out for those other videos. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Bye.